time for the morning show on XL7-TV.
Good morning and welcome to the morning show on XL7-TV. It is Tuesday,
the 7th. Whoop, whoop.
I just thought I'd throw him.
I had a look. Tuesday the what? It's the 7th. Whoop, whoop.
I know, right? That happens to me. It's like it's the camera. I'm going to tell everybody right now, it's the camera.
It does change
what day
things.
it is.
I know it does change things for a lot of people, and I understand that when we have guests and stuff come in, you try to get them. Hey, all you're doing is having a conversation with us, but the camera does change a little bit.
It does change because we know thousands of you are watching, and I can feel all of your eyes on me.
There you go.
Did you have a good weekend?
I did. A busy weekend, but
yeah, me
got
too.
a lot done.
Yeah, I Saturday work, of course, great escapes, but then Sunday real busy. I sat on the couch and I binged Stranger Things. Have you watched that on Netflix?
No, I haven't.
It's a really good show.
My son's been on it. It's not Stranger. There's another one that he was watching before that he got us stuck on. I've been trying to finish. I can't remember the name of it.
It's that good.
It's that good.
Yeah.
I just can't remember the name of it.
Well, very nice. Well, we like to start the morning show off with the Roller Funeral Home morning prayer. With all our respect, Roller Funeral Home. They have 29 in the state and 1 in Memphis, Tennessee. We sure do appreciate what they do for us when we lose a loved one. It's very difficult situation to be in, and that's why they're there to take care of us in our time of need. So we'll take a prayer for this morning. Will be for our very own Bob Rechtenwald. He's going to be having a procedure done, and we just want the good Lord to watch over him, watch over his doctors, and keep him safe. I'm sure he's not scared one bit. He's a tough character, but, if he does get a little scared, have the good Lord touch him on the shoulder and let him know he's going to be all right. We miss him today, and we're thinking about you, Bob. In this I pray, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Roller Funeral Home, with all our respect. Give them a call if you're looking to do pre-needs. That's something to think about.
It is. We've had people that have mentioned that before, and let me tell you, it's smarter for you to go in early, get things lined out. I mean, it's going to happen to everybody. I mean, it's inevitable. You're not going to stop it.
Nobody's getting out alive.
But when you don't, then you got loved ones that, just had a major loss in their life. They're trying to figure out what's going on, and now they have to plan all this stuff on top of it. And listen, it's your life.
Right.
Go out the way you want to go out. I mean, that's it.
Carla knows mine. Mine's to be cremated. And a lot of people say, well, you don't have a headstone for somebody to go to. And no, it's where you spread my ashes. That's where you go to. I want a beautiful view. You can pick it wherever it is. If she wants to go to the Bahamas and spread me, just make sure the view is beautiful. That way when you go back to visit me, right?
I've got a long thing written out for
a
me.
Whole procession. It's going to be a parade.
It's a whole thing written out. It's a whole show all on its own.
What were you saying? It's hard to be humble.
Yeah, that's Mickey Pendergrass. He's going to be doing karaoke here in a little bit.
Very good. With that, we're going to take a short break and hear from Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team of Century 21 Lee Mack Realty.
Hi, it's Bob Zadora of the Z Team at Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, 1024 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. As you know, we are all facing some unusual times. Be calm. Be smart. The business world of real estate will continue. We may have some delays and some changes that are out of our control, but life will go on, and this too will pass. Give thanks for this wonderful country that we live in. Give thanks for the neighbors that we share. If there's anything we can do to give you a hand, give us a call, 870-405-0793, and check out our website, retiredtoarkansas.net.
Welcome back. That was Bob and Linda Zadora of the Z Team at Century 21 Lee Mack Realty, and they sponsor the morning weather, but we like to take you to the White River where they have a live feed on their website of the fog. I like it when there's that, showing the rim of the fog over the water. I think
you know what's really cool is if you'll go and watch this, as the sun starts cutting through it,
right,
it kind of gets that orange tint, and as it's coming out, and makes some of the most beautiful pictures.
See, we need a still shot, because they say at the bottom of that camera there's a box that pops up that you can take a still shot. of any time of the day. So we need to
I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison, because right now, this is what it looks like right now. So, guys, it's foggy out by the river if you're fishing. This is what it normally looks like.
Mm-hmm. You can see Missouri at the horizon, Bull Shoals to the left, Mountain Home to the right. There's the White River, Horseshoe Bending, and Cotter, Arkansas. They're in Marion County, looking over into Baxter County, the Rainbow Bridge off to your left. It's an absolutely beautiful view that you can go to retiretoarkansas.net and see any time of the day, at night, storms, when a storm's going through and there's lightning going across the sky. That's insane to watch, because you get such a bird's eye view of it instead of a small area.
And that's what it looks like this morning.
Yes. Foggy.
Now, they have another camera that I'm just going to show a clip on, because you really can't see much right now with the fog. This camera's got like 15 different locations, and it moves every 10 to 15 seconds, zooms into different things in Cotter and different buildings and the bridge and different stuff. So it's really cool to see, kind of get an idea of the area and what it looks like.
Right. One day they might zoom into a yard or something, and then be somebody sunbathing.
No,
so
we have been very, very careful
about yards,
on where that camera is actually locked into, because it's only locked into those locations.
Okay, good.
We're not playing that game.
So you don't have to worry about that. That was good thinking. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, give Bob and Linda Zadora a call at 870-405-0793. Go to retiretoarkansas.net and check out their listings. They also have the MLS listings, and they can give you a hand in whatever you're looking to do. Let's check out the weather. Mountain Home, Arkansas is at 68. Harrison is at 64. Batesville 69. Yellville at 67. Marshall at 66. Salem at 67. Mountain View at 66. Calico Rock at 68. West Plains, Missouri at 67. Springfield, Missouri at 69. Poplar Bluff at 66. And St. Louis, Missouri at 65. Starting off pretty nice, if you ask me. Look at the national radar. We've got some showers, and it looks like some pretty heavy thunderstorms maybe in Oklahoma, the center of Oklahoma, over in Nashville, spreading up through Kentucky and Ohio.
Hit that play button real quick.
I'll let it roll, right?
Yeah, just let it, see what it does, if it will catch up with itself. There we go. Kind of get an idea of where it's going.
Yeah. There we go. Futurecast is showing that it's going to come to the west side of Arkansas, and it's still there. It dissipates. So
it's like what was coming to us kind of goes away, though.
Yeah. Across, it looks like across Montana, Wyoming, North Dakota, you've got some showers. You can see it starting to pop up in Wyoming. And then the eastern part of the country has some heavy showers. And I was about to say Nashville. It's already rolled past Nashville about 10, 11 o'clock. It's down in the southeastern part of the state, going into the northern part of Georgia.
They can have it.
They can have it. Let's scroll in here now to Arkansas and Missouri. And is it going to dissipate? Are we going to see anything? Because it looks like it starts to disappear as it gets to Springfield, Joplin area.
They're so good on their predictions.
Right. And I am an ace.
I would rely on it.
I am an ace weatherman that says, look, it's here and now it's gone. So I don't know if it's going to work. But it looks like Oklahoma City is getting some pretty heavy showers right now. Thunderstorms. You got to be careful if you're in that area. So we'll move on to severe outlook. Let's see, wind and hail potential. Is that showing across Arkansas?
We're at a very mild chance, but there is on the southern, or in the very middle of Arkansas is yellow, and that's a 10% chance, I think.
Yeah, 5% for the northern and southern part of the state up into Missouri. It looks like in Kansas and Indiana, they've got a 30% chance of some wind and hail potential. Wind and hail. All right.
Okay.
National weather outlook. It looks like we're all clear for Missouri and Arkansas, besides a dense fog advisory in the southeast corner of Missouri. If you're going to be heading in that area, they'll probably be gone by then, because that's going to take you a couple hours to get there. But if you live in that area now and you're watching, just be careful when you go out and slow down. That's the biggest problem with
Headlights on.
Yeah, headlights on when you're driving in the fog is just go 20 miles an hour slower.
There you go.
You want to get there alive. And it looks like Oklahoma has some flood advisories in the center west part of the state. But otherwise, it looks pretty clear. 7-day forecast. Please hold. Today, a slight chance of thunderstorms and high of 81. Tonight, chance of thunderstorms. Thunderstorms likely. Low of 66. Wednesday, thunderstorms likely, 70% chance, so we're probably going to get it. High of 82. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, low of 61. Thursday, mostly sunny, high of 81. Excuse me. Thursday night, we had a chance of thunderstorms, then thunderstorms likely, low of 64. Friday, where's the sunny days? It's every time I've come on, it's been sunny, and now we've got a showers likely at 60% chance. High of 81. Friday night, partly cloudy, so it doesn't last long, thank goodness. Low of 61. Saturday, mostly sunny, high of 79.
So if you're a mower, it looks like Thursday and Sunday.
Yes. Well, and to go a little bit farther, Sunday, sunny, high of 82. I love how it's switched around now on us, because normally it rains during the weekend when you want to do something.
Now we got nice weekends and rains during the week.
It's beautiful. Love it. Pollen count. Please hold.
I don't even buy this. We're never going to get rid of tree pollen. Of course, it always says none for the next day coming up, and it never gets there.
Yeah, maybe they don't want to be wrong. You think that, so they're like, we'll just leave it at none, and then the next day,
tree pollen never
we'll get on here. It'll say moderate. So let's just...
Tree pollen will never go away.
Moderate, yeah. Grass pollen, moderate today. You don't need to take a survey. Moderate today, tomorrow is low, Thursday is high.
We should have took that survey. We should have
Should I have taken that survey?
What do you think of our pollen counts?
Norfolk Lake water level is at 572.98. Its level is about 21 feet of a full pool. I didn't call, but there's a number you can call. Bull Shoals Lake water levels at 688.41. Level is about 30 feet above full pool. And so let's see here. If you want to call, let's go to the dam report. The dam report. I should have had this pulled up. Which they've been, a day behind.
We just need to ask Mickey how's fishing. Is all people want to know.
Yeah. So if you want to call 870-431-5311. They try to keep it updated, and just be careful. I mean, you can tell when you get down to the water if it's rushing pretty good. Just be mindful of what's going on. That is a look at your weather, brought to you by the Z Team, Bob and Linda Zadora. Give them a call, 870-405-0793. Go to retiredarkansas.net. And with that, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with a little bit of community news.
It's a matter of taste, and at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home, delicious taste is all you will find. Enjoy signature crafted pizzas and appetizers, as well as oven-baked sandwiches, quesadillas, salads, pastas, and desserts. When it comes time to relax or meet up with friends, Brick Oven Pizza has you covered. Handmade cocktails and ice-cold beer are always available at their fully stocked bar. No time to dine in? No problem. Call in your order and use Brick Oven's convenient drive-thru window for all your to-go orders. It's a matter of taste at Brick Oven Pizza Company in Mountain Home.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. We appreciate you joining us. And so we have an announcement. Yesterday we had talked about this enter for a chance to win a drawing by the Twin Lakes Retired Police Scholarship Fund. That was supposed to be today. They've moved that till next Thursday, the 16th, at the Old Harps. It'll be 9 to 4-ish. And so you have a chance to win. First prize, 2-day houseboat use, courtesy of Bull Shoals Lake Boat Dock. Second prize is 300 auto or boat detail by A+ Auto and Marine Detail. Third prize is America the Beautiful 5-ounce uncirculated silver coin. That'd be cool. Donation 1 ticket $5 or 5 tickets for $20. Your generosity will benefit police family members with college scholarships. They are a 501c3 charity.
This is a good thing. They've given out a lot of scholarships.
Yeah.
And let me tell you, they did one of these events already, and the weather was terrible.
Okay.
It was during the election time. And now that's why they're kind of pushing back, trying to get a good weather day where they can have a good turnout, because we need people going by. I mean, just go by the old harps as you go in. Go ahead and buy you some tickets. Chance to win, but you're helping these kids get a scholarship. I mean, it's a really good thing.
So that'll be next Thursday, the 16th, at the old harps. The original harps, I guess, if I want to say mine. Yeah, 9 to 4.
Right in the middle of town.
Right in the middle of town. So go by there. I mean, $5 for a ticket, or you get an extra one, 5 tickets for $20. And it goes for a good cause, scholarships for these kids. Mm-hmm. Then on the 25th, there is the Paul Bunyan Breakfast of the Knights of the Columbus. It's Saturday, June 25th, 2022, serving from 7:30 a.m. until 10:30 a.m. at St. Peter the Fisherman Catholic Church, 249 Dryer Street, Mountain Home.
Now here's the cool part is they're going to serve you.
Okay.
So you go in there, they're actually going to bring it to you and serve you on real plates, on real silverware, no paper,
no plastic.
No, they're going all out this year.
Well, very nice.
It's pretty neat.
So it's $7.50 for adults, $4 for children under 12. Takeout orders are available if you don't want to stay. So scrambled eggs, biscuits and gravy, pancakes, sausage links, coffee, and juice. All brought to your table on china and silverware.
Told you.
Very nice.
I'm telling you. They went all out.
Very good. Well, shall we take another short break, and we'll come back with the Baxter County Judge, Mickey Pendergrass.
He's chomping at the bit.
He's just ready to sing.
Yeah, ready to sing. That's it. Karaoke King, Mickey Pendergrass. We'll be right back.
Very good.
Have you ever noticed every time you wash your car, you end up wetter than the actual car? Next time, run down to Car Care and let the friendly staff put a smile on your face. Car Care of Mountain Home has a variety of services to clean your vehicle's needs, inside and out. From a simple wash and shine to their outstanding detailed services. Located 1525 Highway 62 East in Mountain Home. Stop by Car Care Mountain Home today, because driving a clean car always makes you feel good.
At Connor Family Funeral Home, our goal is to provide our friends and neighbors with caring, compassionate services at an affordable price. Connor Family is a full-service funeral home that offers a wide range of services to meet your family's needs and customs. We are the first on-site crematory in the area and provide many options to memorialize your loved ones and address all the details for a more personalized service. Where compassion and affordability meet, Connor Family Funeral Home in Mountain Home.
When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, it's our desire that you think about finding a way to live your life to the fullest while living with a serious illness. If you ever need help and support, we provide a team of healthcare professionals and volunteers that will support your physical, emotional, and spiritual aspects of life while doing the same for your family and caregivers in the comfort of your own home or wherever you call home. When you think about Hospice of the Ozarks, we hope that you grant us permission to walk on the journey with you. Your not-for-profit option since 1979.
When you're out of town, make sure your pet is with someone who will love them as much as you do. At 201 Pet Salon and Resort, your pet is cared for just as they would be at home. 201 Pet Salon and Resort is the only all-suite climate-controlled and air-filtered boarding facility in the area with private and spacious rooms to keep your pet relaxed. And with over 3/4 of an acre of fenced play area, your pet will receive the proper exercise they deserve. 201 also offers professional grooming services. Your best friend is in good hands at 201 Pet Salon and Resort in Mountain Home.
Are you looking for the best barbecue in 2 states?
Holy smokes!
Want the meatiest fall-off-the-bone ribs?
Holy smokes!
The most tender and delicious pulled pork?
Holy smokes!
The tastiest brisket in the Ozarks?
Holy smokes!
Holy Smokes Barbecue and Catering is the only place you need to go. Dine in, carry out, and the best food for your next catered event.
Holy smokes!
We're your mountain home for great barbecue cooking.
Holy smokes!
A higher calling for your taste buds.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest is Mickey Pendergrass, the Baxter County Judge, and he checked on the dam reports for us. And so last night, Norfolk was generating 1 and now 0. And Bull Shoals was kicking it at 6, and today they're at 4. So thank you for checking in on that since I didn't do it.
Well, it looks like all the reports are working this morning, and sometimes they're up and down, but you can check all the rivers. What's creating that is I just checked the White River at Newport, which is the gauge of which they operate. It's just above about 13 1/4 feet, and it needs to be below 14, actually below 12 this time of year. So that's why they're able to release some water to start trying to get the dams down. But Norfolk is a reservoir that'll hold it to the very last inning.
Yeah, and it covers up a lot of your launch ramps and Cranfield, the land bridge. You can't get over to Cranfield.
That's correct.
It happens.
And you find out what kind of temper control people have when you go to the launch ramp on the weekend and holidays, and some of them are afraid to walk, so they block all the turnarounds and the walks, and it's just a mess. And it just multiplied times whatever figure you want to pick out of the air when it's on a holiday weekend, because some ramps are not usable and some are very limited, and so the ones that are available get covered up.
Where do you typically put in? Or
well,
do you have a stall?
I don't have a stall, no.
Yeah.
Gas is high enough out on the road, much less on the lake.
Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
I live close to the lower end of the lake in the Arcana area, so I usually go to Quarry Arena and the Quarry launch ramp there by the dam, and you can go any direction you want to there except through the dam, but it forks there. You can go up Big Creek, Brush Creek, back up the river towards Henderson and all the creeks and feeders off of that. So there's a lot of places to explore down there and or fish.
Yeah. I usually go to Buzzard Roost. I live down the road from it, and the only thing that gets me is when it is filled up, that is one booger of a hill to walk.
It is, and it's a long ways to the top.
Yes, it is, and I've been at the top.
It's one of the better, even with that said, it's still one of the better high water ramps on the lake.
Yeah, it really is.
There are times when it gets too high. It's about the only one. It's just people need to learn to be more respectful in waiting in line and having some patience and park correctly, so even if you have to walk, so that the next guy can come in and get out as well. So they get in a rush, they get in a hurry, somebody's waiting to holler at them. And by all means, have your boat, when you get to that location, have your boat ready to launch.
Yeah.
Don't back it up on the launch ramp and then start loading it and unloading it and all that. Get out of the way. If you're not ready, don't pull down to the ramp. It's crowded enough like it is. There's a lot of courtesy things that people can learn that be respectful of all the other boaters as well.
Very well said.
Us fishermen go early or go late, get off early, and stay till after dark, and try not to have to deal with it. But there's a lot of people that love to enjoy the water. Is magical to people. It draws them. It just it's amazing the effect it has on tourism, real estate sales. It's just a drawing card. It's almost unable to price but people need to learn to be more respectful of everybody else loves it too.
Right. I do. That's where I like to be during the summer, is either on the pontoon boat on the lake or on a kayak in Crooked Creek or Norfolk River or
And something about that water, it's magical, and we have lots of it, and we're blessed with that
Yes,
respect.
we are.
So that's good, and it is the beginning of summer. We've come past Memorial Day, so it's going to be quite busy. A lot of the campgrounds underwater again with the high water. What they, of course, say 5 out of 8 of the last 8 years, the high water we've had for 5 of those.
Right.
And then like 14 out of the last 18. So it's something we've unfortunately grown used to.
Yeah.
And hopefully there'll be plans, and I know they have looked at it, of getting in place some more higher water ramps. But there are places, but just be patient and courteous.
Yep. With that, well, what about the state of our county?
The state of our county is good. I got a report from the Economic Development District that give a season-long report on sales tax collections, and that just includes the county sales tax, which is 1% for the whole county and a quarter for the jail. And for the year, total collection was over $12 million. And a lot of that gets shared with the cities. About 44% of that one penny gets shared with all the incorporated cities, all 7 of them, based upon population. So that made us number 16th in the state for sales tax collections. So that has, and that's been noticed by the monthly reports that the treasurer puts out of the overall sales tax collections. That our revenues have been good. We've been able to do a lot of things over the past few years, especially when we thought we were going to be cutting corners and under the bus, but we've loaded the bus and we're moving.
Right.
And it's been very good. And there's a lot of other projects that we're looking at because of all the federal money that's been dumped off of us. It's unfortunate some of the things that we have done has got caught up in the politics of the campaign for my replacement,
right,
which I'll be glad to talk about a little bit later in the show, but that I've been trying to stay pretty quiet on. But
well, and I was wondering about that. I was going to pick your brain and see whether or not you had an opinion on the 2 candidates to the left. We got a runoff election that'll be June 21st.
Yes.
Between Brian Plumley and Kevin Liddy. And so, but like you said, we'll move on to that later on.
Yeah.
We'll just continue to talk about how the county's doing.
And I think you'll see some of that tonight at the Quorum Court meeting. Some of the things that we're moving around tonight of the growth in the county and the things on the agenda for tonight's Quorum Court meeting, we're going to have a representative, Heather Powell from the Twin Lakes Literacy Council. We try to put a presentation on every month for the Quorum Court and for the public to hear, and y'all kindly broadcast this, and you'll get people can get to watch a report from the Twin Lakes Literacy Council, and they do wonderful work on reading and books and all the things that they work on in the county, and we're glad to have them to give an annual report. And hopefully it'll be the 3rd reading for the adoption of the last edition of the personnel policies for Baxter County. It's on 3rd reading tonight. And then appropriating fees from reimbursements for money that's been paid out for collections, for fines, for court fines, etc. And we have to run an ordinance when we have an employee or someone that's on the payroll of any extent and we do business with them. We have to run an ordinance to conduct business with them. Well, Benny Magnus is an employee. He's the helicopter pilot and employee of the Sheriff's Department, and we buy a lot of fuel from his company. Right. They inspect our fuel tanks. They inspect the helicopter fuel and under that contract. So we'll be running the ordinance so we can continue to do that. Mm-hmm. Per recommendations legislated audit. Then we have e-waste grant funds that we got. Fortunate, the Mayor Brame and Mayor Adams and I sit on the solid waste board, and we had a vote to encourage the solid waste board. We had a considerable amount of money in the e-waste grant funds, and we made an application for $70,000 for Baxter Day Service Center, and the board saw fit to give us the whole $70,000.
Excellent.
And we were prepared to try to find ways to help match because they have a great need for some equipment to keep what they do over there. Not only the people they employ and the work they have, but they collect the glass and the cardboard and a lot of other things that goes through recycling there. It's a huge operation, but they are short in funding. Unfortunately, this will be the last of the fundings from the ADEQ. Used to hand out this money every year, and the legislature evidently has not appropriated this money. So we're appropriating the last e-waste grant funds, and the e-waste goes towards collecting electronics, TVs, and it is such a weird industry on what TVs you can return, what you might as well throw in the dumpster, but it's trying to keep computers and monitors and those kind of things out of the landfills. But there's no market for them especially with COVID of the pandemic and the shutdown of the reman market in China, the trade stopped there. It's made it difficult, but they still need help, and so we're glad to appropriate them in the recycling fund to buy that equipment. There is also an ordinance that has to do with the state legislature out of their federal grant funds saw fit to appropriate a $5,000 bonus, you might call it a stipend, to all certified law enforcement officers in the state of Arkansas. And the state will be sending that out in a couple of months. But part of that process, any time that an employee in the county gets money like that in that form, the retirement portion of it has to be paid to the Arkansas Public Employment Retirement System, which we participate in. Well, that wasn't included in their appropriations, so the county has to go find the money and appropriate that into the various budgets, and so that the retirement can be paid once they receive that. So there's an ordinance on the agenda tonight to move that money. It's the coronavirus relief money, the one that causes some consternation of what we give away. Hundreds of thousands of dollars to different organizations in the county. Well, that's where this money will come from and can be used for that. And then there's a K-9 fund and drug enforcement fund that's getting created and some money appropriated to that for purposes of law enforcement and the sheriff's office. And then we're going to be appointing the last remaining member and vacant position needed in the Baxter County Equalization Board. And it's possible the Equalization Board could get quite busy this year. We're at the end of the 5-year reappraisal cycle, and we'll be getting the news on that in the near future. And some people will probably not like their assessment, but if anybody's paying attention to the real estate market,
Right.
might as well get prepared for it, because the assessments are going to go up. How much, I don't know yet. I haven't seen the numbers, but
mine changed from year over.
yeah,
It was up. When I seen my bill, I was like, yeah, okay. Thanks.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's the real estate market driving it, and typical government, we run behind real activity at the time, but
Right.
we try to catch up, and
Right.
so it's going to take a hit, which is good for the county. It's good for mostly it's good for the schools. It hits all of us homeowners and property owners in the pocketbook. But
But it's not like it's going to wasteful spending. It's going to something that is needed.
85% or more of it goes to support your local school.
Yeah, and that's worthy. Most definitely.
And that's the purpose of the real estate village. And so we're found a member to serve the next 3-year term on my behalf on that EQ board. There's 5 members on there. 1 nominated by the schools of the county, 1 nominated by the cities, 2 nominated by the quorum court, and 1 by the county judge. So this is my appointment, and he will carry on after I'm gone.
Very good.
But that's pretty much the agenda tonight, and if it had any public comment, we're going to get through that tonight and have a nice June quorum court meeting.
All right, and you can watch that on XL7's Facebook
That's
page.
correct.
Yep.
All right, and with that, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with Mickey Pendergrass, Baxter County Judge.
Jim Brown Company keeps you cool when it's hot and warm when it's not. A trusted name in the mountain home community, Jim Brown Company provides timely heating and cooling installation and repairs. Our certified technicians incorporate new technology on every job to provide you with the most advanced services. At our metal fabrication shop, we handle projects big and small. We've created everything from commercial ducts to custom designs.
I'd recommend Jim Brown Company to my friends and neighbors. The reason being they have high-tech equipment. Their service techs are well qualified for the job that they do, and they also send me a report after all the work is done, so I know exactly what my unit's doing.
By visiting our showroom, you can learn all about our heating and cooling products. We'll educate you on your options and help you decide on the right solution. For total comfort at your home or business, choose Jim Brown Company. Quality service with a family name since 1964.
Diatley Dental Care is a family-owned dental practice. Doctors Irvin and Christina Diatley grew up in the Twin Lakes area and are proud to serve the community. With modern treatment methods and state-of-the-art technology, they are dedicated to providing exemplary care to patients of all ages. Our compassionate team consistently receives training above and beyond the standard of care.
We're changing the way you see dentistry.
Come be a part of our dental family.
Overhead Door, a garage door company that has been with your family from the beginning, through all the ups and downs of life. From the small repairs to making your vision a reality. Overhead Door, your trusted garage door expert since 1921. Be sure you're getting the genuine, the original overhead door service.
Call Overhead Door Company of North Arkansas today in Mountain Home.
At Serendipity Bliss, we love turning your day into a once-in-a-lifetime memory by offering unique, beautiful, and specialized event and wedding rentals that can transform any atmosphere into something you will never forget. Whether it's your dream wedding, a golden anniversary, sweet 16 party, or a company event, we can make any event blissfully perfect. Serendipity Bliss carries unique specialty gifts and bridal jewelry and helps coordinate decor, table items, theme-related pieces, and more. Make your day blissfully perfect with Serendipity Bliss, located behind Car Care Mountain Home.
Scrap Daddy's Metals is a full-service scrap recycling center accepting your scrap metals for recycling, paying you top dollar for all of your recyclable metals. They even buy cars and catalytic converters. Give them a call today at 870-424-6120 or visit them at 2821 Highway 5 North in Mountain Home. Athletics Bank.
Welcome back to the morning show on XL7-TV. Our guest, Mickey Pendergrass, the Baxter County Judge, has joined us, and we appreciate you being with us. I watched the show back in April that you did with Bob.
Okay.
And he had asked, what the job entails, and you are the chief elected official, and it is a plethora of stuff that you are over. And so I have a list here, and your largest is the Road and Bridge, largest in the county, 44. Office of Emergency Management, the 911 Dispatch, Juvenile Services, Prosecuting Attorney's Office, District Court, Public Defender, Human Resources, IT Department, Veteran Services. You control all the inventory, all the property of the county funds and revenue, affidavits, you sign all the checks for the county employees. I mean, this is a very extensive job. And I'm sitting there thinking, how do you do all that? Because, I mean, I have a tough time just doing this show. So, but we've got a runoff election now between two candidates. And I didn't realize, whenever I hear Baxter County Judge, I think of Road and Bridge. That's my main thing, because that's, I guess, I've never asked. And so when Bob asked you, what does the county judge do, I was impressed at how much you cover. And I mean, what's your thoughts on that with the two people? We got Kevin Liddy and Brian Plumley. And, I put you on the spot. Is one up for the job?
Before I get into that, I want into Mr. Liddy and Mr. Plumley, and I have stayed on the sidelines throughout, especially when there was four, but I'll get beyond that this morning, and y'all will get this exclusive or this new update of what I'm about to entertain. But back to the responsibilities, yes. It reminds me of a question on the radio forum when all four candidates were there, is why doesn't the sheriff make as much money as the county judge? Well, first of all, the questioner, you can probably locate what department they work for that asked the question, but they don't understand the responsibilities associated with both. Usually the sheriff, and he does a fabulous job, and we've worked together the 10 years I've been here and accomplished a lot of things for all departments, including his. When we got to adding it up, that list equals up to about 10 different departments.
Right.
And the reason why it does that, and you've listed some on there that work for a state employee, like prosecuting attorney or district court. There are actually state employees. But the state law says specifically that all employees that work for the county, work for the county judge, unless they work for another elected official,
yeah.
county elected official.
Like the sheriff, yeah.
Yeah, or the assessor, clerk,
yeah.
collector. All those have employees and departments, and that's what I do not control is employees that work directly for that elected official.
Right.
And there's 7 different departments. So by default, we end up with 80-something employees, some single-person departments, which makes some of the personnel policies we've been working on difficult when you have single-person departments, which like a lot of those are. So, and then the Quorum Court makes the determination of the salary set every year. I never have recommended a salary. I've been grateful for the increases I've gotten over the years, but I'm also more proud of the fact that when I started in 2013, minimum wage, the lowest paid position in Baxter County was $7.36.
Yeah.
Today, as we sit here and speak, the minimum wage of any job in Baxter County for full-time employment is $14 an hour.
That's impressive.
So it's almost doubled.
Yeah.
And to core for that, the elected officials, no doubt, had to move with that to stay above the grade.
Mm-hmm.
Now we got some hourly employees or the contracted or employees that work under, they not work by the hour, but they work by salary, making $30 or close to or in excess of $30 an hour, which was unheard of in recent years, and that's happened through this process at the top end of the pay scale. So that's the thing that I'm most proud of. Elected officials have moved $20,000 to $25,000 a year because of that.
Yeah.
And the gap is probably closer now between elected officials and employees than it ever has been, and because that's where our focus was, and the Quorum Court determined what our raises were, and they've kind of changed over the years different ways. They may figure a percentage off the highest salary, which is mine, and pay everybody this flat amount, and that's happened several times, and that's fine because now you have career people in the assessor's or collector's or treasurer's office or clerk's office. They're literally career people.
Yeah.
It's like I heard no county judge some one time, us as county judges and us as county sheriffs, we're a very political position. We can be changed in a heartbeat, and that could have happened, and it does happen in some places. This year we're going to have probably 40 brand new county judges.
Really?
Because there's not a county that touches us that's not, except Israel County, who is in a runoff that will have a new county judge.
Okay.
In the 9-county district, Northwest Economic Development District, which is Worston County to here or Benton County to here, we're on the east end of it. Only 2 are confirmed to coming back. There's a runoff from Boone County. So out of the 9, there only may be 3 returning.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have a whole new crop. So that's the way it turns over. But when you get to the clerk, the assessor, collector, treasurer, those need to be career people because of the job they do.
Right.
And because it takes so much to learn, not just my job, but those jobs and the state law that goes with it, and the ability to communicate with people downstate to get the help you need, and it's just an amazing thing. So it's good to see all their salaries be moved to make them be paid for what the work has along with the employees. So we're proud of those facts. Now, the second part of your question was concerning the politics of the race.
Right.
How much time do I have?
You got about 15 minutes.
Okay. I went back and played some, now that it's narrowed down to 2, and I have told people, and I guess I'll have to eat my words now, but I've told people that I will not be responsible for the failure or success of the one who comes behind me. But there are some things being said that greatly concern me.
Okay.
And that's what I want to highlight. And the greatest concerns were said right here on the interview on this show about 2 weeks ago. I became friends with all 4 of them. Of course, Mr. Felicia worked at Road and Bridge, and his son, great employees. Tommy, who his other son works at the Mountain Home Fire Department, headed up the 911 Memorial, great family, and was deserving of all the support that he got. Eric Payne, I got to know a little bit. I didn't know him, but I knew his uncle and his dad from years ago. Great people, great friends. I'd known the family since the early 1980s. And of course, Kevin Liddy, I've known since he was in high school, and his whole family watched him be a running back in football, and wore number 26. And Brian Plumley I've known his family, done business with his family since they created their business back in the early 80s. So they're all friends of mine, and there's nothing personal about this, but the concern is the job, which is at stake, and having 10 years of experience. I visited with 3 of the candidates come to see me and sat down and visited, some of them more than once.
Yeah.
Mr. Plumlee's never darkened my door.
Yeah.
And that's concerning. He also made some statements, and I'm going to give you some facts and figures to tell you why this is concerning on this program, about the relationship of the county to the cities, and the fact that there is bonds available to pave every road in Baxter County. So let me explain what that means.
Okay.
If he seriously were to consider this, we made a payment on the crusher, brand new crusher we bought last year, to put a new piece of equipment in our. It was a $700,000 investment. We couldn't afford it all in 1 year, so we borrowed half of it and we paid it off last Friday.
Okay.
That makes the county, outside of the airport bond, which I'm coming up with some proposals to take care of that as well, so there's no debt when I leave office. Zero debt.
That's impressive.
When we started at Road and Bridge, we had equipment that was aged. It was getting miles. It was time to start turning it over. And the problem was a lot of it was purchased at the same time, so it all wears out at the same time.
Yeah.
So we utilized the debt process, the lease organization, to upgrade our road graders, to upgrade our dump trucks, and then take our extra cash and buy little pieces along, like loaders and backhoes and excavators and those kind of things. We'd buy one a year and then pay leases. We've got all those equipment, and the last time we bought a grader, we bought 4, returned off of leases from other counties, and paid cash for them, and got a good deal. So all the trucks and all the graders we have right now, everything that's big equipment. And another prime example, when we were in discussion several years ago about needing to expand the jail, everybody knew that needed to happen. How do we do that? Well, what's the automatic thing most people do? They go out and they establish a bond issue, and they pay for a new jail for the next 8 to 12 years, just like Marion County.
Yeah.
The sheriff brought to us an idea that popped in his head, because he of all people wanted it more than anybody, and he proposed to us the idea of the brainstorm he had, and as we thought about it and discussed it with him, this might work. Mm-hmm. It almost didn't work because we screwed up part of it, because we didn't talk to the right lawyers, but it still worked.
Yeah.
So because of that idea that he proposed, and we all got behind and promoted and went out into the public and got the extension and the extra beds and the extra help we needed to provide funding for the jail, and it was paid for with cash. We had to go out and get a line of credit for the $4 million it was going to cost to bid it, because when you go to bid, the county is required to have the money on hand.
Okay.
It's the same way at the bridge building we're doing down at Cotter right now. But we had to have the money on hand, so we had to have a line of credit for a whole $4.2 million. We used $250,000 of it.
Really?
And it was paid off soon after the jail was built, and the quarter-cent sales tax revenue. So that's all paid for. So we're debt-free. And when you propose a bond issue to pave all the roads, we have almost 700 miles of roads that's under a county maintenance plan. Mm-hmm. That's counted as county roads, public roads, and private roads. Then you got state and city roads, but about just under 700 miles. Out of that, about 360 of those roads are already hard surfaced.
Right.
Chip and seal or asphalt. And we add to that every year. We have spent the last 10 years rebuilding those old chip and seal roads that should have been fixed 20 years ago. The county didn't have the ability nor the money to do it. We've been catching that up and adding incrementally new roads in the process. Today, and this changes daily, but today if you asphalt a road, it costs $20 a foot for a 20-foot road bed for asphalt. That doesn't talk about the time it takes to build the road, the rock that you dump in that we produce at a quarry, the culverts, the bridges, the whatever else you have to do to get a road. Because if you don't build a road correctly, you're not going to. You're just wasting throwing the money away if you asphalt it. So it's $20 a foot. We got 340 miles of gravel road. You do the math.
Yeah, millions.
$34 million.
Yeah.
That's just for asphalt.
Yeah.
You're going to double that easily to in the neighborhood of $70 million if you keep that promise and put the county in debt for forever.
Right.
You cannot do a bond issue to do this. You have to continue to attack it like I and my predecessors all did, a little bit at a time,
Piece
and
at a
get
time.
there.
Yeah.
And if the ship comes in and you get a big load,
Yeah.
we've got the equipment in good shape. So that is a bad idea to even consider doing a bond issue. We do address a lot of issues. So we've got a $1.125 million bridge being built on Denton Ferry, which has been needed for 30 years.
Right.
But never had the money, so here we go.
Yeah.
The second thing is the relationships between the county judge's office or the county and the cities. And outside possibly of the city of Mountain Home, it's never been better. And that statement comes from the knowledge of not knowing what's happening. About 3 years ago, I plagiarized an idea from another county judge to have a meeting with the cities in their city hall. We are required by law each year, and if you don't know the duties and responsibilities of the county judge, as this was talked about at another meeting just last week that I was at, but you're required to have what's called an intergovernmental meeting every first of the year. And the things they do in that you bring your intergovernmental meeting is all the mayors of incorporated cities in the county judge as the chairman of that meeting, and there's certain things you're required to take care of. Number one is the distribution of the Act 833 money, we call it, to all the fire departments in the county. They have a lump sum. And at that meeting, the mayors vote on how we should split this up from all the volunteer fire departments. So all 19 of them, or 19 locations, get an even split except for Oakland Promised Land, which is half in Baxter County and half in Marion County, and they get it from both counties, so they get a half share. And that's the way the mayors have done it. But from that meeting, we bring in the Economic Development District, we bring in our Office of Emergency Management, our 911, our court systems, especially district court, which holds court in some of the cities, and all the different things that we bring, talk about the solid waste district, talk about the economic development district and the things. We have guests come from those people. Mm-hmm. And from out of that meeting, I proposed about 3 or 4 years ago, I want to come to your town. I want everybody invited. You pick the date. We'll put it on our calendar, and we come down. And this is the 3rd year we've done that. We had a meeting last month in one of the cities. 3 of the mayors walked up to me, and they thanked me for this, and I appreciate that. But it's the exercise by all the mayors concluded is because we have a cooperation going on between the cities in the county that we've never had before. Yeah. So to make that statement is just not knowing what's real out there and not talking to the people that understand. So in my estimation, and the estimation of the mayor, if you don't trust me, talk to the mayors. Now, there's some things that's going on in the city of Mountain Home with the new Parks Department and the historic district downtown that I disagree with. And that causes some problems with them and their attitude toward me. But we still have a great working relationship. My goodness, we spent I don't know how many $1 million on Buzz Drew's cutoff and a co-op job to fix that road. Mountain Home did most. The city street department did most of the work. We did furnish most of the materials, and it was a 50-50 split. That's the kind of cooperation we have to have with the cities and the county. Or you don't have the growth. And we worked hand in hand on a lot of issues. Mm-hmm. And animal control is another one, and solid waste. But we have a great relationship there. So that gives me a lot of concern about Mr. Plumley's knowledge to take over the ability. Now, when Mr. Liddy has stated that, and I'm only successful, and anybody in my type of position is only successful and as good as the people you surround yourself with. You mentioned all those departments.
Right.
If I cannot trust those people, and to rely upon them to do their job, and if they have a problem, if they have a need, or if I need something, we're going to be talking, and we're going to be having a serious discussion, and we're going to take care of matters. We're going to take it to whatever we need to. Other than that, my type of management is let them do their job.
Right. Not micromanage.
And they understand when they take that position, and I learned that the first week I was in office in 2013. You go do your job.
Yeah.
If you can't, then I need to find somebody to do it, take your place. because I'm not going to micromanage. I'm not going to be standing here like this looking at you.
And you can't.
I've got a big enough job.
There's too many
all these
departments.
affidavits I've got to check. I don't sign the checks. I sign the affidavits that every bill before the checks can be written.
Mhm.
The treasurer signs the check. I don't
Okay.
want her to get mad at me.
Oh, my bad. That was me. There was just so much
But,
that you were going over.
Mr.
that
Liddy has made several
it's-
statements
yeah.
to me and in public that we've got a good thing going here, and until he knows the answers and takes office and sees where these people out, he likes to leave those in place because we do have a good thing going. We've got
Yeah.
good people working.
So you feel comfortable with Mr. Liddy?
Yes.
You feel like he's
much
ready?
more comfortable with Mr. Liddy, and I think being 6 years on a quorum court gives you more affiliation and knowledge of county government. And if you've not been there, I had 6 years on a quorum court. I still didn't know what I was doing when I took office. So I get it, understand. And I say all this with the knowledge that I just thought I knew what I was getting into when I took this office.
Sure. Until you're sitting in that chair, you don't know.
It was amazing to me because when I took office, the terms were still 2 years. And so you spend your first year just trying to learn what you're supposed to be doing, how to do
Yeah.
this job, trying to make relationships to help you do this job. And then you got to prepare for another election. And I had a serious one. We run 3 races against each other, and I happened to win the last 2. So you're right back in the politics of the campaign again, ready for the next November. I was telling somebody that was a retiree from up north, and I said something to him, and this was like in 2014 or 15, that we were on 2-year terms. He said, well, that don't make any sense. Why does that not make any sense? And he explained it better than I had ever understood it. He said, well, it takes you a year just to figure out what in the world it is I'm doing here.
Right.
And it takes you the second year then to figure out what you want to do here once you figure out how to do it.
Yeah.
And it takes you the third year to implement your plans because of what you learn. And in the fourth year, you need to answer it.
Yeah.
To the public for it. And I said, that's the best way I've ever heard that put. And I'd been in office 2 or 3 years before I was told that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was right in front of the Old Time Restaurant where he told me. But that made more sense to me, and he was very right.
Yeah.
Well, in 2018, this is the end of the first 4-year term that I've stayed long enough to get the first 4-year term. But there's a bad part about it. If you get a bad apple,
you're there for 4 years.
Mm-hmm. And we have seen some of that since 18 across the state. So the advantage to the 2-year terms was you answer a lot quicker.
Yeah.
But you still don't know what you're doing. You're still just now to figuring out what to do. The knowledge of parliamentary procedure was probably the best thing I had going for me, and the ability to run a quorum court meeting. That's a huge portion of it, and the perception of the public. I give full credit for that to my vocational agriculture instructor and FFA advisor in high school at Gainesville High School, Mr. Darrell Strain, who still lives up in Birch Tree, Missouri, lost his wife a couple of years ago, was tremendous and taught us parliamentary procedure, pounded it in our head.
Yeah.
I mean, we competed across the state. But that was a big advantage for me, and I've learned and been able to use that over the years.
And at the time, you probably thought, I'll never use this.
Yes, but it was very important in my life.
Yeah.
And my real estate license and experience was also very helpful. You don't know how much legal stuff you get into that involves real estate. Can you read a legal description?
Right.
If I give you a legal description, can you go find it on a map?
I couldn't.
That's the thing that realtors are supposed to know. Now, I'm telling you, there's some of them can't do it either.
Sure.
And they've got a license. But it's been a wonderful 10 years. But yes, I come out of this morning and finally made a decision to get involved, and I've thrown my full support behind Mr. Liddy for this runoff election.
Fair enough. And I was wondering about that, whether or not you were ready to do that.
Well, I've been thinking about it, and I've had a lot of encouragements from every side. And to Mr. Liddy's credit, he has asked me several times, and some of his supporters have.
Yeah.
But I have tried to stay neutral in this. But some of the discussion that's going on, and I might correct one thing. There was a question asked in the radio forum, or 2 things. Number one, the question was, since the nativity scene lawsuit in 2014 cost the county $100,000, that was the text of the question. It put those 4 guys in a bad position because they didn't know. Guys, the nativity scene lawsuit didn't cost the county a dime.
Really?
We had insurance for that.
Okay.
The insurance took care of that. That's also the reason why it didn't get appealed and become the Indiana case that Mr. Plummy mentions, because they wouldn't appeal it.
Yeah.
They wanted to settle it and be done with it.
And just be done with it.
If I dropped my insurance company's defense, I was on my own. And
Right.
that could have cost the county big time, or me personally. And so that is one thing that needs to be corrected.
Yeah.
And the relationships, I think, is at an all-time high with the cities. So I appreciate the service and the ability people to work with. And there's a lot of people that's, what were you thinking, not running again? I said, guys, I'm almost 70 years old. It's time for me to go home.
It's time for a break. Well, and I appreciate you.
But they've all been kind to me. It's been good to me.
Yeah, and you've done good to us. But I appreciate your endorsement. It means a lot to me to know what you think. It really does. And I hope it means a lot to you, because June 21st is coming up fast.
Well, that's your scoop. You do what you can with it.
Yeah. We appreciate you watching. This is the morning show on XL7-TV. You all have a good day, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.